Recording in progress.
Hi, and welcome to InsideTraxs.co.uk, the website and channel that is here to help you trade smarter. Now, we're all aware that there's a cost of living crisis going on. Fuel prices are going up, energy's going up, mortgage rates are going up. We're all feeling squeezed. But what I want to do is try and help you with InsideTraxs, help you to trade Betfair intelligently. And if you do so, you can make hundreds of pounds consistently every month. And the great thing about this system that I've developed is that you don't have to pick winners every time to do it. Over the past year, I've tried and tested and independently verified a low-risk system, which I'm now going to share with you. What have these exchanges got in common? Well, Betfair is an exchange, like the stock exchange, like Forex, like Bitcoins, like commodities. All these things you'll be talked about in the coming months. I'm sure you've had Bitcoins being thrown at you, Forex, trading courses, etc. They all have one thing in common. You make money from the difference between buying and selling prices. Okay, so you have to buy at a low price and sell at a high price, or in fact, you can do the other way and short something by selling high and buying low. But you have to buy and sell at different prices, and that's where you make your money. Now, stock exchange, do you know a lot about companies? Do you know how companies' stock prices change? I don't really. It's a bit of a gamble to me. Forex, do you know when Liz Truss is going to do something idiotic and make the pound fall, or she's going to get thrown out of power and make the pound rise? I don't know. Do you? No, I don't know. Bitcoin, no idea. Elon Musk sells some, it goes down. He buys some, it goes up. It's not something within my control, and I know nothing about commodities. So you'll get some people coming to you saying you can make money out of those, but I'm not sure that you or I really understand why these things go up and down. What I'm offering you is something that's been developed over the past year by somebody with 15 years experience of trading on Betfair. And I want to share it with you now. So what is the InsideTraxs system? It's a back-to-lay system. Now, those of you who know what it is, that's fine, but I'm going to have to explain this to anybody who doesn't. A back-to-lay system, let's take an example. If I have a horse that's just about to go into a race, and its Betfair starting price, which is down here, is 12. So if the Betfair starting price is 12, then I want to obviously back it at that 12. And then to make money, I have to lay it at a shorter price. And I'm looking at 8. And if I back it at 12 and lay it at 8, then I'll make a profit because there's a difference. So let's say my stake is £10 at 12. And I lay it for £15 at 8, then actually what I do is no matter who wins, no matter who loses, no matter what my horse does, if I can do that in the race, then I make a profit of £5. Sounds really easy. But what happens in between the 12 Betfair starting price and it being matched at 8 in play is the running of the horse in play. So that's the black box here, in play. You make money from the difference between the back and the lay prices. So that's why it's called a back to lay, in order to lay. So I'm backing it at a higher price and I want to lay it at a lower price. And the reason why it'll go from a higher price to a lower price is how the horse runs in play. So that's where the knowledge I have and the understanding I have works. And I'm going to tell you how that works now. So how does the strategy work, and how are the odds going to shorten in play? Well, there are 3 criteria. The first one is I go through every single race that day, and I pick out selections that have a record of trading at 50% of their BSP consistently, at least 80% of the time, with a minimum of 5 runs. So they have to have a record of trading low. Then the race needs to reflect those conditions that the selection has been competing on. So similar class, similar track, similar going, etc. And finally, the rather KFC recipe is my judgment. Why do I believe that that race will be run to suit the selection? So I make my selections every day and I send them out. And what you see is that every single day, so you've got the Dayton racetrack here. So let's take the 1st of September, Salisbury, Miramachi. So I have chosen Miramachi. And what I see is that the record was that Miramachi went off at BSP of 4.56. And in play, it traded as low as 2.02, which is actually traded down to 44% of its Betfair starting price. In other words, it has reduced its Betfair starting price by 56%. That's over 50%, which you would need if you wanted to double or bust. Dob is what it's called. And dobbing is what a lot of people like to do as a strategy, and it can be successful. So in this situation, the horse has dobbed, and therefore you have doubled your money. What I'm looking for in this strategy is 50% return on investment. This is the 50% return on investment with my star system, and this is without my star system. And because it did trade below a third off, which is what I'm looking for. So in other words, anything at 67% or less gives you 50% of your return on investment. So it did do that. So I make my money. So in this situation, I've given a star rating of 2. So as such, I have put 2 units on, whatever that unit is. And that unit can be anything for you from 50p to £100. So if I put 2 stars there, I've got 2 units on. If I dob, and I double my money, I get 2 back. If I want 50% return on investment, I get 1. And this is at level stakes with no stars, so that I would have put 1 on that at level stakes, and so I get 0.5, where it's 50% return with no stars. And I've done this right through all of my selections for that month. And by the way, I send them out by email the morning before, so you can see. There you are. There's my selection. This is what, and I give you a recommended or current price for you to look at BSP, and I give you an exit price, which is where I recommend you put your lay bet on, and that will give you a 50% return if it happens. So you have an email with it on in the morning, so you can see, and then you get an email the following day where I give you the previous day's results. And the results, this number here, 4.56, and this number here, 2.02, is reported by Timeform. So that's independent. You can go and see, go back into the 1st of March, go back into any of these dates, look at any of the horses, and you'll find those BSPs and in-play lows reported by Timeform. So it's completely independent. So you've had the rules before, you've had me telling you what the current price is, you have me telling you what the exit price you should go for is, and then it's completely independently reported, and I make a spreadsheet every month which tells you exactly what's happened. So as you can see, you get the date, the racetrack, the time, the selection, and the star rating. The BSP, which is taken from Timeform, but generally speaking, you can get a better BSP than Timeform, because Timeform tells you exactly what the price was when it went off. But generally speaking, if say it's 4.56, you'll definitely get 4.6, and you may even get a higher price than that. In play low is the price where at least £100 was traded and matched. So there's £100 or more was traded at the 2.02 up here. Now I can tell you on almost every race here, there was money traded at 1.98, 1.96, 1.9 even, but it will be less than £100, being £50 or £30 or £20, whatever. So there are these results here that you're seeing are the scenario where you could actually get significantly better BSPs, and you could in fact have your bet matched at lower prices than are given here. So these are reports on the worst case scenario. The worst case scenario is what these reports are based on. So double or bust, we report on 50% with using the star system that I've developed, 50% using level stakes, and there's the percentage drop. And you'll see that when you look at all the different things, you get a total points profit. Now, we've been doing this for some time. So I'll show you what's happening originally. The original test looked at just doing level stakes, dobbing, and 50% return on investment. And we didn't put any other criteria. We didn't put the drifting criteria. I'll talk about that in a minute. And as you can see, we did get overall a return on investment of 5% for dobbing and 10% for the 50% side. So the 50% side was definitely the way to go, we thought. But we also saw that there was some, bad months. With dobbing, there was 2, and with the 50% return on investment, there was a bad month in December. And there was no star ratings in this either. So what we're finding is that, okay, it's good, it looks promising, but it's a bit up and down. So we introduced several changes. We introduced a change which is clearly obvious to us when we're doing the analysis, is that any selection that drifted more than 33% from the price the current price, the price that we give to you in the newsletter, if it drifts more than that, then we don't trade it. So for instance, if I say the current price of this selection is 6, then it will be a third of that will be 33%, so it's 2. So if it goes out to 8 or more, we consider it as a no trade. And the reason why that is because the result showed us that anything that drifted that much didn't run very well and therefore didn't give us the winners we needed. We brought in a star rating. Again, this is 1 to 5 stars. It tells you per unit, so per unit of bet that you've got. So say your unit is 1, then you would, if you get a star rating of 1, you put £1 on, and if you get a star rating of 5, you put £5 on. And we found that was useful, and it's my rating because I find that I think, yes, that's a good horse, so it's a good selection, but there's a few things I'm not really in my gut happy with, so I'll put it down as a 2-star. Oh, this is perfect. This is absolutely, I can't see anything issues here. I'll give it a 5-star rating. So I give a rating, and that seems to work. And we also used to only give two selections a day, or 3 selections maximum. Now, if there's 6 horses that match and qualify for being selected, we'll give you 6. And if there's none, we won't give you any. And that equals 3 times the profit level and consistent positive every month. So you can see here now, instead of 10%, we're getting nearly 3 times the profit at 29%. And there's whilst there are still some negative months for dobbing, as I said, some people do like that as a strategy, but I'm not doing it because these are the results, and so results tell me what I do and don't do, and so I don't do dobbing. And without the star system, with level pegging, I can still give a 14% return on investment, but it's pretty consistent, but it's not as good. You can get twice the amount of profit if you take the star systems into account. So consistent, good profit. The lowest month was June with the new criteria, which gives you a 15% return on investment. And in September, 50 races gave us 24 units profit, which is 48% return on investment. So a 48% return on investment, if you put on £100 over those 50 races, which is only £2 a race, which is actually quite a low risk, you would get £300 at the beginning of the month. You'd have £148 at the end of the month on, as I say, an extremely low risk. And even with June, which was the lowest return, if you put £100 on, which is £1.50 a race, you would have made a £17.50 profit. So that would be £117.50 as a result at the end. So it is a low risk. Yes, it can sometimes be relatively low return, but actually a return. And sometimes it could be really quite a decent return. But what I'm trying to say is it's consistent and positive. Now, some of you might be asking questions as, yes, but you're telling me a current price, but that can change on the BSP, and it will. So how do I know what to lay? We give you a free, go to the website, homepage, InsideTraxs.co.uk, and we give you a free back-to-lay staking calculator. And all you need to input is your required return on investment, which we recommend is 50%. Your stake, let's say that's £10. The back odds, whatever the back odds are at the time, whatever your BSP is at the time, so you put that in, say it was 12, then it will immediately output the lay amount, which would be £15, and the lay odds, which would be 8. So, and then it would tell you that you would, in this box here, if the horse wins, £5 profit. If the horse loses, £5 profit. You've made 50% on your £10 if that is 8 is matched in play. We also give in the back to lay staking calculator, just get your stake back, and then you can get a bigger profit if it wins. So if you have your own thoughts about it and you think the horse is going to win, you might want to just get your stake back, and then your winnings can be significantly higher. But my system does not work like that. My system works to a 50% profit margin. So this is the bit I would recommend you use at the back to lay staking calculator. But some of the more experienced amongst you might want to use that either in this system or in other back to lays that you want to do. So a free back to lay staking calculator is what you get, and it will help you decide the odds and the stake you need to put on for any bet that you get matched before the race starts, so you know exactly what's happening and exactly what profit you're going to get. So my questions to you: trade Betfair intelligently. This is intelligent trading. We're trading a horse which has a track record of trading in its previous races at 50% of BSP. What we need it to do is to trade at 67% or less than BSP. So we have a good probability of that. And I add in my star system and my own judgment, and I can deliver reliable profits. Do you want reliable profits every month? Do you want them consistently there? We've done consistently every month, profit between 15% and 48% return on investment. These profits could give you, depending on how much you want to spend. I absolutely implore you to start low. I don't want anybody making mistakes. It's quite easy to make mistakes. Not get your lay bet on. Not for instance, and this is very important. If you back a horse, that you make sure that the lay bet you put on carries on in play. There's a little box you can check which says keep. You need to check that box and make sure you keep it, because sometimes it's very easy to think you put a lay bet on, and then it goes in play and your lay bet goes out the window, and you then find that why didn't it match? Well, you didn't keep your bet. It automatically goes unless you press the button keep. So, but if you do, start low, make sure you're getting those consistent profits, albeit they'll be very small, maybe only 20, 30, 40 pounds a month. But if they are small, but you're getting them, and then great. And then you can actually move up to more decent sized stakes, and therefore more profits. Low risk, as I said, start low risk. Start with £1 or £2 as your units, and then you're trading no more than £10 because that'd be a 5-star rating, or even £5 with a 5-star rating if you had your units as a pound, or even start at 50p. Just start where you can afford, and then move up as you become more confident. It's a transparent system. It's transparent, and it's tried and tested and shown to you. You can go to any of those spreadsheets that I've shown you and look at the record, look at time form, and you will see that that it's tried, tested, and totally transparent. The selections are given out in the morning, and the following day they're reported on, and then every month that you get a full report exactly what happened. So you know that this is completely transparent and there's nothing going on behind it. And I've got 15 years trading experience, and I understand trading. I also understand everything to do with it. The answer is yes to all the above. Then my point to you would be to sign up to the members newsletter, the InsideTraxs members newsletter, which comes out every morning. It will give you those back delays to do in the day. Also, you'll get a section which tells you about the trading opportunities for the racing in terms of, we give you a nap, we give you another back delay, which is based on some different criteria. We give you a lay of the day, and we give you a long shot. Those are all good, solid tips, and also produce a profit, but are for the more experienced trader. So I would suggest, if you're new to this, come in and do the back delays, and you know, get the hang of things, and then move into the other selections that I give in the newsletter. But generally speaking, those with some experience make money out of the other selections that I do, and therefore they do well. If you, I'm giving you a 14-day free trial, so you can sign up to the newsletter and pay nothing. And if it's not for you, fine, it's not for you. And if it's not delivering you a profit over those 14 days, then fine, just cancel any time. It's not a problem. Pay nothing. If you like it, it's only $9.99 a month. I've shown you that 15% return on investment. You don't have to actually bet very much. Trade very much. You're not betting anything here. You're trading. You have to trade very much to get your $9.99 back and cover that subscription. So follow the link in the description below, and you can get your 14-day trial. And then if you like it, cancel. If you like it, keep going. $9.99. It's not for you. It's not floating your boat. It's taking too much time. Whatever. And it shouldn't take too much time, because you get the trading information from me, the time of the trade. There's 2 or 3 or 4 each day. So basically, you just need to be able to get on and back it up at the time of the race, and put your lay bet on at the same time. So it's like you need 5 minutes each race. 5 minutes each race. So you need maybe 15 minutes a day. But I can accept that quite a few of you are not able to do that. Fine, and it may not be the exact system for you, but try it and see how it works. The only thing I've got to say is, don't hang about. Numbers I'm taking on board are limited in this particular strategy, because it's to 300, because I have to make sure that if I'm giving out my trades and giving an exit price, that I'm not getting too much money coming on the exit, i.e. the lay price, so that no one gets that lay price. If I don't limit it, then I could find myself with too many people laying at odds which then aren't matched, because there's too many people doing it. So I have to make sure that it's limited to 300. But again, so don't hang about. That will go fairly quickly. So what I'd suggest, sign up to the newsletter and do it now. And give it the 14 days trial, see how you get on. If you're making a profit, or you think you can make a profit, or whatever, then obviously stay with it. And maybe this is the start of your trading journey, and you can then utilize the other hints and tips that I give in the newsletter. If it's not for you, clearly you can cancel anytime, no problem at all. So there's nothing to lose. I would say there's something to gain. I'm not offering you a fortune, but maybe a couple of £100 a month would be a nice sum of money to have to help with what's going on in the world today. If you like this video, please do like, and if you want to see more videos that are coming out, then subscribe. I wish you all the best, no matter what you do. And I hope that you have the best trading you can possibly have. And I'm hoping that we can do you proud and you can make money and it can relieve your any kind of struggle you're going through, or just give you a bit of extra money to do the things you want to do. Cheers then. Bye.